vintage glassware sets under $50, handpicked by a real person, to help make any occasion just a little more special. Or pick up handmade earrings under $60 to help create a look that's completely you, at prices that are a perfect match. Special starts on Etsy.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
1 minute, it's smooth driving.
Ah! Come on.
The next, a crack. But at least you can get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at safelight.com.
Nice.
And SafeLight can come to you for free, anytime, anywhere, and do everything you need to get back on the road.
Safe Light Repair. Come on. Safe Light Replace.
Go to safelight.com and get it fixed now and pay later.
So you're going to the game, and you want to save money on tickets. We're going to run Spider 2Y Banana. First, buy the worst seats you can possibly find. And watch for Ed, the security guard. He goes on break every 24 minutes on the dot. No button hook past that guy.
Or we use Game Time. Zone Deals literally show you the best value sections. It finds the seats with the biggest savings automatically.
You can always just watch the game in your head.
Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Game Time.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar Power C is packed with vitamin C because my desk is also Chris's desk,
My whole eyes.
and Olivia's desk, and Juan's desk. Vitamin Water from New York.
Welcome back to halftime. There you see Tempo the Coyote. Loving it, having a good time out at Geodis Park, where Nashville SC currently up 1-0 over the Philadelphia Union after the first 45 minutes in this first U.S. Open Cup semifinal. We've got Christina Uncle joining us now because while Nashville are ahead in this game, there was a moment early on. Bruno Damiani, nasty tackle. Christina, what did you make of that situation? And should that have been a red card instead of a yellow?
Yeah, we would prefer there to be a red card for this for serious foul play. As you see, Bruno's tackle when he comes in, studs exposed high, top of the ankle is where the point of contact, and you got speed and force behind it. So it fits all the considerations and the factors that we would want for serious foul play. So you can see right here, the studs connect right on that top of the ankle. The question is, like, was there a rotation of his ankle before the contact? And I think at that point, we're just splitting hairs, and the answer is absolutely not. So red card should have been the decision there at that point. So kind of disappointed for not, because naturally something early on in the 5th minute that could affect the outcome of the game has a significant impact on that.
Yeah, so Philadelphia Union quite lucky then to have all their men available on the pitch. Christina, great stuff. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, we'll see if we have anything else for Christina Uncle post-game. But tomorrow evening, we will find out who will host this season's U.S. Open Cup final as the last remaining teams out west duel it out in the Twin Cities. Minnesota United have dominated in this tournament, while Austin FC are looking for their first final in their young history. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern on Paramount Plus and CBS Sports Network. Second half is fast approaching from Geodis Park as Nashville SC up 1-0 thanks to Sam Surridge, who right now has the leading goal as Nashville up 1-0 at the break against Philadelphia. We will have the second half coming your way next.
He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
He traveled.
Dinner time is going to be easy tonight. Wings to go for game time.
Winging isn't everything. It's the only thing.
That is winning up.
A wing with no bone is no less a wing.
Dropping knowledge like it's your job.
Again.
The people I see, they just need a little help.
Workout wear is my only wear.
I just want someone to tell me what shirt goes with what pants.
What they don't know is most of the time the solution is easy. Stitch Fix. Just take a quick quiz to show your size, style, and budget, and your stylist will send personalized looks right to your door. No subscription required, plus free shipping and returns.
Oh, wow.
I look good.
Stitch Fix, online personal styling for everyone. Take your style quiz today.
Some people go to the ends of the earth to find adventure. You just have to travel to the end of the road. Because here in Key West, we're the launching point for a world of breathtaking action and excitement. From deep sea quests and shallow water pursuits, to living history lessons and journeys on the bounding main, Key West, close to perfect, far from normal.
Bombas is a simple idea.
Buy a sock, give a sock. Buy a sock, give a sock.
Exactly, Cookie. Now multiply that by 150 million donations. You bought 150 million of these and these and these. And we donated 150 million of these to people facing homelessness. That's real change, powered by you, making an impact every day in all 50 states. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
With the new Blue Apron, you don't have to subscribe. Get delicious meals on the table in as little as 15 minutes. No subscription needed. Keep the flavor. Ditch the subscription. Blue Apron.
No stress, no overpaying, just a brand new roof covered by insurance. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Mr. Roof today and be ready. Mr. Roof, done in a day, good for a lifetime.
Halftime in this Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup semifinal between Nashville and Philadelphia. Nashville getting the goal on a long throw from Andy Nahad into Jason Palacios, flicked on to Sam Surridge for his 24th goal of the season in all competitions. Welcome back into our commentary booth alongside Tony Miola. I'm Chris Whittingham. And Tony, what do you feel like both teams need to get done in the second half? Philadelphia obviously needing that comeback effort, and Nashville to hang on to the lead.
I think so far a justified result. Nashville was really good with and without the ball, right? They were able to find Hani Mukhtar. He was dangerous. Clearly their goal scorer gets an opportunity. If you're Philly, that last 5 or 6 minutes of the game, of the first half, the pressure was really, really good, right? Pick up the pace of the game without the ball. That's one of your specialties. Get the ball, get it forward, but before you get it forward, you got to have it at your feet. They got to be a little bit more clinical with their passing as well.
Yeah, that obviously the struggle in that first half, really creating anything going forward. 0 shots in the first half is the worry for Bradley Carnell.
Yeah, that needs to be better. And again, they had some opportunities late in this one. I'm sure Bradley Carnell, that's a conversation they're having. Where can they find some triggers to press this team? Where can they put Nashville under pressure? Because if you're looking at this for 40 minutes, I didn't feel like the Nashville back four was under all that much pressure in the game.
And that was very much the struggle for Philadelphia Union in that first half, was getting forward, creating chances. We saw in the first half that Ahmed Kassim was struggling with a bit of a knock, and so it does look like Jacob Schaffelberg will now enter the game. The Canadian winger, they call him the Maritime Messi, became a cult hero for Nashville last season, for the Canadian national team as well, for his terrific performance at last year's Copa America for Canada en route to a semifinal. And so it will be Schaffelberg who comes in down that wing. What will he bring to the team?
Pace, right? That's the one thing he has. He loves to take players on 1v1. He's going to put this team under a lot of pressure. He and Kai Wagner, I'm assuming he might go on the right-hand side of the field here, which would move Mule over to the left-hand side. Victor Rivas having a conversation with Kai Wagner there. Philly wasn't happy with a few calls, but as we talked about, they may have gotten away with one. That man there, Andrew Rick's been pretty good in this game, has kept the Philadelphia Union not only on the free kick save, remember the Surridge save, right, going down, the ball played in by Hani Mukhtar. That man there hasn't been tested all that much.
Confirmation of the change. It's Kassim who comes off, so that tackle from Frankie Westfield enough to force him off here at the break as we begin the second half of this semifinal. And a long direct ball. Philadelphia will need to grow into the game to have any chance of reaching the final of this tournament for a 4th time in their history. Nashville, this is their first ever semifinal, so it would obviously be their first ever final. What a reward it could be for this club to get a trophy in his first full season under B.J. Callahan after taking a step forward. Tripping up Westfield there was Lovitz, who stepped forward from that left back position, catching enough of the Philly defender. Philly very much the aggressors from a physical standpoint in the first half, generating 3 yellow cards, but unable to turn that into much in the way of goal-scoring chances.
Kristen, it does look like Schaffelberg's going to stay on that left-hand side. There you see him. So like for like positionally with Kasim unfortunately has to leave this game. I thought he was bright, and of course we saw the tackle that he sustained trying to get through 2 defenders. Didn't go anymore.
Here's Indiana Vasilev playing with Iloski. Bradley Carnell declining to make any changes at the halftime interval. Sticking with his group. Nice combination there attempted from Iloski. Very good in tight areas. Here's Wagner lifting in, trying to bend the ball towards Baribo. Here's volleyed away for a throw as Philadelphia starting this second half protagonists. Away from Yazbek and Lukic. Westfield trying that low drive, and the bounce will come out for Schaffelberg, who has such a turn of pace. Playing with Lovitz. Well handled by Yazbek. Surrounded by 4. And able to find a way.
Yeah, it does a really pass. Does a nice job getting out of pressure there.
Palacios.
Too easy here, right? You see Damiani going for a press on the ball that's played back, and then one pass, the press is over.
Nice flick on there from Schaffelberg. Now I wonder how Nashville handle things with this lead. Continue to play and look for that second goal. Will take their moments to hit on the break. It's a good idea there from Mukhtar. Mawil will have to go chasing, keep this one in play. Oof, strong sliding tackle in there from Wagner. Mawil tried to get it back. I think Wagner is confused as to how that can possibly be given as a free kick against him.
Yeah, Wheel got caught here. I wasn't sure he touched the ball. How about the spin out here first from Mukhtar? Then he's trying to find Wheel over the top. Ball gets away, and yeah, he goes through Wheel here. This might be a better angle to see if he even gets the ball. Yeah, he does poke the ball away, but he goes through Wheel. Ooh, that trail leg, that right leg that's on the ground, dragging in behind Wheel here. It's a tough tackle.
Be a leg that gets pinned there.
Yeah, that's the danger, right? That trailing leg, when you get that leg pinned underneath the guy coming through you.
Will be a corner, or rather a free kick from basically the corner flag. Mukhtar lifting in and forward through that area from Makanya comes from Schaffelberg. Well saved there from Rick and Surridge. It is just a special season for Sam Surridge. Goal number 25 on this campaign, and a giant leap towards the U.S. Open Cup final.
Well, Chris, if you're going to score 20-plus goals in a season, you got to be in the right place at the right time, and Sam Surridge is like a magnet right now. You mentioned it, free kick from out wide, flicked on. You got to deal with the second ball. A good save here by the goalkeeper, but Sam Surridge. Andrew Rick can't get up. Surridge heading it into an open goal. The man is as hot as they come in Major League Soccer. Who's that on the line here trying to make a play? Is that Damiani with his hand? Would have been a red card had he kept that one out, and a penalty kick. Andrew Rick just praying for his defenders to make a play as the rebound comes. He couldn't hold on to it here. That man there, Sam Surridge. Right place, right time, second of the night.
And both of his goals really are about body positioning, about where he is to take advantage of moments. Referee just having a conversation with the VAR as well. Another talk there with Bruno Damiani. I think there have been some afters involved. Certainly no doubt about offside, as Damiani was actually the one who kept everyone on in the midst of all of it.
Well, now Philly's got some work to do here, as if they didn't coming out of the dressing room the way they played in the first half. We're 50 minutes in. It's been all Nashville on both sides of the ball. We've seen some frustration from this Philadelphia Union side. I wonder what the conversation with Victor Rivas was. I mentioned Damiani with the handball, but of course it went in, so I don't know why he would have had that conversation. Was there
another incident? Mukhtar played in by Mouil. Hani Mukhtar! And for Philadelphia, trailing by 2-0, this has still been a very good performance from their goalkeeper, Andrew Rick.
Yeah, he's been sharp. The youngster's he's been with it tonight. It's a tough angle for Hani Mukhtar. But again, it's a ball around the corner. Hani Mukhtar will stretch this back four all night. It's a tough angle to score from. Rick just has to stand up. He does take a pretty aggressive stance outside that post, about 2 yards. I like it, though. Rather you be aggressive than not.
Mukhtar into that near post, and a glancing header away. Ilofsky gone down. And while we're looking at fouls in the penalty area in the midst of free kicks or crosses, another look at this incident here with Damiani. So he's actually does get a hand to it.
Yeah, I said it earlier, right? But why would you talk to him about that? It's already in the net, right? Are you just saying, hey, if you do that again, like, I don't, you know what I mean? It's a goal. I don't know if there's a law that would give you an automatic yellow card. Obviously, he's sitting on one. There clearly isn't. Or referee Victor Rivas would have given it to him.
In some ways, if you're more effective, it would have been a straight red and a penalty.
Yeah, so that's what it would have been. Yeah, it would have been a penalty. You're done.
It's one of those vagaries of the game where just because the outcome doesn't happen after what you intend to do comes off or doesn't come off,
you actually got a break, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're still meant to play the role of goalkeeper as an outfield player.
Yeah, Hani Mukhtar is finding some really good space.
It's a decent idea there from Surge, but didn't quite come off.
You can see that connection, though, between Mukhtar and Surge, right? And it's been clicking all season. We talked about it in the open. It was mission number one for BJ Callahan to get those two guys on the same page.
Haribo working there against Palacios and lifted away from Mayer and out for the throw. The ideal start for Nashville SC at the beginning of this second half. Leading 1-0 at the break. Keeping Philadelphia quiet and now adding to their lead. Philadelphia, look at how they enter the weekend. 5 games left to lock down the Supporter Shield, playing against one of your top rivals in MLS. That's a neat nutmeg there from Mukhtar. What skill to start the break. And now closed down by 2 and dispossessed. Finish that point on Philly. 5 games left to win the Supporter Shield. You have an Open Cup semifinal on Tuesday, and what's happened is you've given up 9 unanswered goals.
Yeah, it's not ideal, right? And you wonder how much the effects of the weekend, like we talked about, is still kind of creeping in. I think there's no doubt there's enough talent in this side to come back from this 2-goal deficit, but they haven't shown us anything tonight to really give you an idea that, hey, they're about it tonight, right? They're in this game. I'm trying to think of 2 sustained moments, attacks that they've put this Nashville side under pressure for 55 minutes.
Wagner lifting the cross in, and a straightforward catch for Brian Schwacke. Give Nashville defensively a fair bit of credit for how this has happened.
Oh, this is all about Nashville, right? Yeah, I don't want to take anything. I'm glad you brought it up, Chris. I don't want to take anything away from Nashville defensively. I mean, I don't know if you've called Ty Baribo's name, 3 or 4 times in this game. It's a little higher pressure, but now you turn around and you're looking at guys putting their arms up, which means guys behind are not on the same page.
Clean tackle, the judgment of the referee. Knee interchange, Damiani.
This is better.
Vasilev. Vasilev around the corner. Low one back there by Takseth, flicked into space from Mukhtar. This is beautiful. Surridge towards Schaffelberg, who might have strayed offside. Flag won't go up yet as it's lifted towards Mukhtar. Flag is up. And now they'll blow the whistle to blow the play dead. It was offside from that Schaffelberg run at the beginning. And eventually the assistant raises his flag.
You nailed it right from the jump, right? Schaffelberg had just snuck into an offside position, but credit to the 2 center backs for dealing with it. I believe actually it was Westfield and Macano were the 2 deepest.
Here's Lukic. Plesnes. Wagner. And towards Damiani. Might be fortunate to stay on the pitch a couple times in this game. Halftime studio thinking that should have been a red card for that early challenge. Iloski now from range. It takes a deflection. Blocking from Jasbek. And Nahad able to get that one away. Wagner. And Vasilev in an offside position. Let's take a look at the incident again with Bruno Damiani from that earlier handball. Our rules expert, Christina Unkel, has weighed in and said it's handling, so it would be a required yellow card, even though the ball is in the back of the net. But since a direct red card, it's not, I should say, because it's not a direct red card, the VAR can't recommend that. So the referee has to have gotten it live. It should have been a yellow card, which would have been a second bookable offense for Damiani.
Makes complete sense. The fact that it went in the net doesn't matter, right? And I thought that would be the one thing. But if it is a yellow card, yeah, you can't go to the VAR.
So perhaps a second time that Damiani could have been sent off there. So it's given away from Baribo.
Back to the tackle in the first half, we said we've seen red cards for much less than that. You wonder, not going to the booth, was there enough? Did they clearly didn't think there was enough. I think if Victor Rivas looks at that play again, he probably says red card. But was there enough to send him to the booth? And that's always the question, right? What's the threshold?
And the threshold would be you have to think it's a red card. Because it's a goal, you can't give it as a red card. So it's a yellow, but you can't give a yellow off a VAR recommendation.
Right.
Even if it is for a second yellow card, which is a red. It's one of those.
So you wonder what Victor Rivas was talking to Damiani about. Clearly something that has to do with that play, right? So if the law of the game is give a yellow card, he might have said, hey, you know what? I let you go on this one.
Right. You've gotten away with this.
Yeah, you got away.
With the technicalities of the game.
Yeah, with a second yellow.
There's Macania.
Gotta wonder if you're Bradley Carnell, with everything that's gone on with Bruno Damiani, how much longer can you keep him in the game? How much longer can you give him with Mikel Ula on the bench? Can Damiani continue to go here and you run the risk of maybe playing with 10 guys?
Does look as though Philly are getting a double change ready. We are told it will be Damiani among the players to come off.
Yeah, and I think Bradley Carnell has to at this point. I don't know how many lives he's got in the game here, Damiani. He's lived a few of them.
And he's got a yellow card in his hand. Victor Rivas going to show it to Milan Iloski for that challenge. So another player booked, and that could potentially be his final involvement as well.
So a heavy touch here by Iloski, and yeah, he throws an elbow up, it looks like. I don't know that he's swinging it. He just, oof, you can see he does catch Tagseth, and I guess the conversation for a referee is always, oh, you got him good. Is if he threw it or if he's kind of holding off a player. The fact that he's bleeding, unfortunately, doesn't determine whether it's a red card or not a red card.
Saw his incident earlier with Damiani, who looked like he was more lining him up, but that one looked a bit more in the run of play rather than an elbow thrown by Iloski. Nashville leading this semifinal by 2-0, and Claudia Pagan had the chance to catch up with BJ Callahan ahead of the match and talked about the significance of a semifinal as opposed to a final. Let's go to Claudia now.
Hey guys, thank you. Yeah, you know, of course, there's a lot of pressure in Philadelphia right now to come back, but that doesn't mean that the pressure is really off BJ and this Nashville team. He said that the semifinal is actually the hardest game of them all, and it's not just because of when it falls during the season, which is when a team is still fighting for playoffs and fighting for other trophies, but also because you're still not just there yet at the final. You're just one game away. So he's saying that there's actually more pressure in the semifinal than the final game.
Thanks, Claudia. And it is that pressure because in some ways, as you mentioned there, it is about the knowing the stakes. The final is obvious. The semifinal losses are more forgotten to the annals of history. Nashville right now look poised to make it. Will be an away match no matter what against either Austin or Minnesota. Second semifinal to come tomorrow night. And now Eddie Tagseth continues to get treatment. Here's the coming together that led to Tagseth requiring treatment. Yeah, that right arm does go up and catch him, but there isn't really a ton of intent there, it would look like.
Yeah, and the eyes on the ball, right? It's the first thing I look at. Of course, he feels the pressure from Tagseth. Looks like he's going to have to get some type of stitch here. Nashville will play with 10 men for a few seconds here. Hani Mukhtar dropping back in with Yazbek. The changes for Bradley Carnell. Mika Uwa will go up top. Quinn Sullivan will come in. They were having conversations with Indy Vasilev. It looks like 3 up top here. So a different look than we saw earlier in this match. Bradley Carnell's got to change something up.
The systems almost mirror each other, Philly and Nashville, as Quinn Sullivan carries forward, looking to make an instant impact. Out wide for Danley Jean-Jacques. His cross well delivered, and Schwacke having to cover his near post. It went into the side net in the whole way. Schwacke stuck a hand up just to make sure, but a cross gone wayward.
It looked like he didn't get a beat on this one, Schwacke, until late here. You see him off his line. He's got his body turned in the right direction. You see, that ball's traveling quite a bit before he actually makes a play and gets behind the post here. You can read it once it's there, but he took an aggressive line and almost got beat to the near post.
Second ball won by Mouil. Wanted to go quickly. We'll turn and play back with Mukhtar and invite Nahad into the attack. It's another late one. And a yellow shown. Philadelphia just racking them up. This time it's Wagner who gets booked.
Yeah, and it was almost coming here, right? A couple tackles. Lukic in the midfield trying to make a case for him. Mukhtar just gets his ball off his feet here. He's found some space, and Wagner clearly makes a run at him here, and you can see the elbow. This is an easy one, about a foot away from Victor Rivas.
Real signs of frustration showing from Philly
Yeah,
here.
Chris, you took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say the same thing, and we talked about it a little bit here at the end of the first half, and it's starting to spill over here, and you just wonder, coming off that big defeat, and I know we keep bringing it up, but 7-0 is a big defeat. It's something you got to fly across the country with and live with.
Lee Carnell did say that the team bounced back from it pretty well. They haven't really shown it on the pitch tonight. This is a Philly side that show aggression and have taken plenty of yellow cards this season, but the nature of them just looks different as Nahad slides into vacant space. Mawil's cross deflects on its way through. An awkward bouncer off Macania. Half-hearted appeals for handball. Not heated there from Victor Rivas.
Well, we mentioned the result. This could all just be heavy legs from a flight in the end, right? I mean, you're looking at what Nashville had to do. They were up in Cincinnati, not a very long flight. You fly in after the game, you sleep in your own bed. As we watch the replay here, good run by Mawil. And it was a shout for handball, but absolutely no handball there. So this might just be a case of heavy legs, which means you just now have to fight through it, right? Everyone's got it at some point through the season. Nashville clearly with an easier travel schedule. Again, sleeping in your own bed.
Off the bounce, Hani Mukhtar's in. Mukhtar drags his effort wide. And Philly nearly caught out from a throw in there.
Yeah, this will frustrate a manager off the throw in. And in a different fashion than we saw goal number 1. This is just simple. Hani Mukhtar getting on the wrong side of Jacob Glesnes, and of course no offside when it's a throw in, and he's got a clear look to put this game away. Glesnes does a good job of cutting off at least part of the angle, but Mukhtar is going to scratch his head and want that one back.
One there from Taxet, becomes bursting through, but not the right idea to Mukhtar. Recovered there by Danley Jean-Jacques. Nashville looking for that killer blow. In behind, in towards Ua, and off his line is Schwaki, and a chance. Palacios covering the line. Bariba wanted the cross. Jason Palacios with alert defending as Schwaki left. Lukic. And Baribo getting it stuck in his feet and falling over.
Schwaki made a really aggressive play. He's doing center back work right there. Luckily for him, Palacios was there.
Well lifted forward from Nahad into Mawil. Can he get his service right? Come back for Surridge! And it deflects in off Schaffelberg. And now the offside flag will come up. Schaffelberg might have slipped in front of that strike and went in off him.
I don't think this one had any chance of going in, and Schaffelberg falls in front of Westfield and right in front of Andrew Rick, the goalkeeper. We'll see it here on the replay. This looked like an easy save. What another good ball over the top. Andy Nahar with his left foot here. We'll have space and time to look up. You see Schaffelberg there just falling over. Really knows nothing about it in the end. But you can see it was going right to Andrew Rick. It looked like an easy save in the end, but absolutely the right call. I don't even know if Schaffelberg knew it went in at that point.
Quinn Sullivan, now Vasilev. Might try from long distance, but plays again with Quinn Sullivan. Cutting inside. Sullivan taking in Quinn Sullivan! Wow! And there's a way back into it for Philadelphia Union. Completely up against it. Nearly conceding a third multiple times. And all of a sudden, with 20 minutes left in this semifinal, Philly have a chance.
A solo effort here from the substitute, Quinn Sullivan, getting on his right foot, actually looking for a pass here. Schaffelberg cuts off the far pass, which gives him an opportunity to have a look at goal. And what a strike from Quinn Sullivan. Out of nothing, makes something. The substitute coming in, making a difference. And you mentioned it, Chris. With the opportunity to go 3-0 up, you don't take advantage. Now you got to battle in a one-goal game, 2-1.
You wouldn't have thought, but here they are. With a chance now in this game It's a beauty of a strike as well from Quinn Sullivan, doing what was asked of him. And now might Philly get some belief now that they have answered their 9 goals conceded over their last 4 days. It's a throw-in to the Union. Fans on this near side thought that could easily have been a throw-in their way.
Well, isn't this why we love the game, right? You think it's going one way. The story tells you one thing. It's almost 3-0. Now we got a game on our hands.
Sullivan around the corner, and Philly have some belief. Cross delivered, and Schwacke off his line. Dealt with it well. It starts the break. It's a decent idea towards Surridge, but Glesnes across. Philly have life. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Claudia Pagan, who's standing pitch side. Claudia.
Hey guys, well, I was actually going to tell you that Bradley Cornell sat down for the first time this half, but he actually popped up right before he even touched the seat. He's been pacing back and forth all game and speaking with the fourth official every call that he can. He told the fourth official at one point it's embarrassing how one-sided this is, and he even asked, how is this a fair game for Philadelphia? So you can hear and you can see the frustration on this coach.
Thanks, Claudia. There have been a lot of yellow cards the way of Philly. 5 in total. You can't really argue with too many of them.
I was going to say, I mean, yeah, I'm sure you feel aggrieved at in some points of this game, but I can't see that Victor Rivas has gotten any of these wrong. As a matter of fact,
here's a chance for Baribo, who goes down. Good defending there from Mayer. Palacios lifting to safety. And now Mukhtar tracking the bounce, but controlled by Philly.
Chris, to continue the point here, I think Bradley Cornell's got to consider himself lucky that he's still playing with 11 players.
Damiani could have been sent off multiple times. Here's Quinn Sullivan. Cutting inside. Lifting out wide. Frankie Westfield into the attack. That's now academic. It's about the game, and Philly look much more up for it. Quinn Sullivan, the inspiration. Playing centrally there, Westfield gave it away. Surridge can release, and well slid into the path of Schaffelberg. Running out, Makanya, who closes down. Goes early there, Schaffelberg, and deflected away for a throw.
I think if you're a Philadelphia Union fan right now, that picture we just saw, right, throwing players forward, you're going to have to deal with the counter. You're going to have to throw numbers forward and try and get a goal here. You got 15-plus minutes in this game, and hope that your defenders, the experienced Glesnes, Makanya, Kai Wagner, and Frankie Westfield can be good in transition and break plays up. And if you're Nashville, you're expecting you're going to have some opportunities on the counter.
Surge of noise from these supporters at Yoda's Park. Willing their team to a final, but Philadelphia now have other ideas. It's a great ball there to lead the break from Lukic. Quinn Sullivan bending it towards Baribo. First time into Mika Uwa.
Oh,
gets the finish all wrong.
What an opportunity here. If you're Nashville now, you're leaving yourself a little bit exposed. This is a simple ball over the top, a great ball and a great first touch. And Quinn Sullivan, yeah, Lua's onside there and just gets it all wrong.
We've been told that Daniel Lovitz has received a yellow card for time wasting over that throw-in down the other end of the pitch. Bit early for time-wasting yellow cards. As you see there, Josh Bauer gets ready to come on. And the referee will now hold that restart from Wagner to allow the change to happen. It's Mawil who will exit. The defender, Josh Bauer, who was center back for most of last season, is plying his trade now as a right back.
I wonder how B.J. Callahan lines up here with Nahar. Looks like he's moved a little bit, one line forward here. There you see him at the bottom left of your screen. So Bauer will go into that right back spot.
Could maybe have looked like a change in system, but it does look like Nahar, who is certainly plenty capable of going forward. Play that bit further forward as Palacios wins his side a free kick. Bauer did make a meaningful contribution earlier on in the competition, scoring the winner against Chattanooga Red Wolves in their first game of the competition. Still work to do for B.J. Callahan's side. Wagner on there by Yazbek. A Philly team that will have tons of belief with what they've done throughout the season. That's a challenge in there from Nahad. I think you hear someone on the bench there from Philly, the face of Bradley Carnell. That could perhaps have been a yellow card there for Nahad for that challenge, but referee Victor Rivas keeping the cards in his pocket. And, yellow was given, though, off the back end of it for a dissent yellow card. Club captain perhaps making his voice a bit too heard there. Nahad goes to win the header. Makanya stepped, and now here comes Bauer with plenty of space through the middle and plenty of options. Will come for Schaffelberg, and now Surridge playing the role of provider for Schaffelberg. It's stuck at his feet, and Glesnes, the poised bit of defending. Here comes Glesnes, now going the other way. Playing a bit of tennis right now. Vasilev cutting inside, looking for the option towards Baribo, who tried the flick. That was audacious. It was also offside.
Yeah, and he wanted that ball at his feet in front of him. He made that initial run. He thought that this one could be split between defenders here, but the horses are out of the barn here for the Philadelphia Union, and they're running finally. Yeah, just the timing was wrong there. Vasilev trying to thread this ball. You can see Baribo's reaction there. He wanted it on the ground, but this is much better from the Philadelphia Union. The Quinn Sullivan goal has given them a bit of a spark here. It took a little while to get going here, but the Philadelphia Union are playing at a different gear than we saw for the first 70 minutes of this one.
Good positioning there from Vasilev to win it. Danley on the second time, and here is Quinn Sullivan. He's made a terrific impact from the bench. Going outside of the boot, Baribo was lingering. You can appreciate the idea. Baribo just wasn't alert enough to get there.
I wonder if Baribo thinks here that Jack Mayer is going to make a play on the ball and stops here, because normally you see guys flying in, at least sliding through this one at the back post. This will be a better angle to tell if he has an opportunity. That's a step far, but you want to see him just laying out right now. Talk about making an impact as a substitute. Quinn Sullivan, you can see his reaction as well. Thought that he had threaded the needle.
Surridge with a shove in late there on Lukic. Bauer has gone down as well. Now we're getting to the point where the needle is coming from everywhere. It's been a strongly contested game. The yellow cards have come out.
Texas now going to have to go get cleaned up again and likely get another jersey, it looks like. Well, that looks like a pretty good gash.
And as you mentioned, we'll need to get that new shirt. Some more treatment for that cut. It was that coming together with Ilofsky. The arm came up and he was caught with the elbow. Nashville will temporarily play down to 10. Makanya, that lifted ball forward. Bauer. It's going to be given as a throw-in to the Union. There's a suggestion of handball there coming from that Union technical area. Lukic. Glesnes. Lifting that ball in when Sullivan was waiting for it, but headed away from Bauer.
It took a while, but this is a pretty good reaction from the Philadelphia Union right now. They know there's 10 minutes. They just got to lay it on the line here.
Taxeth is back on. Was invited to come on just as that throw-in came in. And you can see with the Band-Aid on, he just wanted to get back on and go win that throw-in.
Normally, you don't see players allowed back on the field when they have an opportunity to make a play like this. And sometimes it's frustrating. You'll see a player sitting on the touchline, right? But the referee lets Taxeth in here. And Lukic has no idea that he's coming back in the game. And look at the reaction from Eddie. He's the heartbeat of this team.
Norwegian came over from Rosenborg, said he wanted a completely different experience than what he'd ever had before. Never left his native Norway, and there was an absolute electrical current through that midfield. So much running and hard charging. Great find from Nashville SC. Lifted away from Palacios. Parnell almost looking as though he's played the game.
Well, he certainly is reffing it from the sideline right now. He's making every call. Love it, love it.
This is what it means. Tournament rich in history. Playing it since 1910. Oftentimes, American soccer is criticized for its lack of history, but this competition represents so much. Going through the generations of the sport in this country. These sides are certainly representing it here tonight. Cross lifted in. Stanley Jean-Jacques got a touch, crunched into there from Palacios. We shot for a penalty as Vasilev hits right at Schwacke. And perhaps an incident to look at again here for Victor Rivas and VAR Greg Dubka.
Looks like Vasilev is cramped up a little bit here as well. I hope it's just a cramp. You can see him pull up. We'll take a look at the first incident here that you're talking about. Oof. Jacques from there looks to get that ball first, and you can see Vasilev there immediately go down, but this is the play here. Chris, I don't know about you. It looked like Jean-Jacques got to that one first and then gets clattered.
Nothing in it.
No record.
The VAR.
Yeah. Too close to call.
Cross lifted in. Surridge! And there's your semi-final hat trick. Sam Surridge again and again and again rises to the moment for Nashville SC. And he might just have sent them to an Open Cup final.
Well, you want something done, you call on your big gun. Sam Surridge has been doing it all year. He's been doing it all night. He gets it done. But once again, how about the ball? And look at the run in behind Macania. And that ball's floating up. You don't know if the goalkeeper's coming. It was Lovitz with the ball. And how about the finish? Picking out the cobwebs in the upper corner. Sam Surridge once again, this time on the counter. This could be done and dusted. What a finish.
Just what Nashville needed as they're being put under pressure down the other end. A shout for a penalty, chances here and there. And he puts the game to bed with his 5th goal of the tournament in this their 4th game of the tournament. 26 on the season in all competitions. A player who's drawing headlines back home in England. Wait a second, there's a guy leading Messi? And now he's got an Open Cup semifinal hat trick. Kazuo was played in behind well. Out for a corner to Philadelphia. corner delivered, headed away. Only as far as Stanley Jean-Jacques as the flare comes through that end of the stadium. Lukic. Quinn Sullivan will lift back in. Easy work there for Palacios. And Schaffelberg can't quite lead the break. Glesnes through all the traffic.
We've seen Glesnes over the years from distance. This time this one runs away from him. It's a guy that's been to a couple of finals here, dreaming about getting to another one and getting over that last hurdle. That guy's trying to get his team to a final, doing everything he can.
What a journey he's been on. Alex Mouille joked that when every player introduces themselves to the team when they join National SC, they start by explaining their journey. And he said the first few minutes of it were Sam Surridge listing all of his clubs. Bournemouth, Weymouth, Poole Town, Yeovil Town, Oldham Athletic, Swansea, Stoke, Nottingham Forest. And now scoring goals for Nashville SC. An unlikely place for him to come. Struggled in his first 18 months to really get going. But BJ Callahan has found the absolute best in the player. And he is having by far the best season of his career. Did see a change there in the midst of the goal. Till Bunbury is on for Hani Mukhtar. Here's Wagner to lift a cross in. Well defended there from Mayer. Final few minutes. Nashville dreaming of their first ever Open Cup final. Their second ever final in club history. Did reach the League's Cup final in 2023 in the inaugural edition in the big format. Lost to Inter Miami on penalties. Shootout, they went all the way to the goalkeeper's taking. Coming out the wrong end against Lionel Messi's Inter Miami. Wagner crossing in off of Nahad. You can hear every positive moment from Nashville, this crowd getting behind the team. Can Quinn Sullivan pull out another moment of magic? Somebody else in the team to make this finale interesting. Lukic. Wagner can get it on the second time. Will play the cross in. Couple of deflections on its way through, and now Bunbury to control. Bumped into from behind, and Bauer will chip it off of Lukic and just watch as it goes out for the throw.
How about Tegseth making a play there, heading it out in between the two big center backs.
And one imagines this man will get a big ovation. Surridge will come off. Matthew Corcoran will enter as Surridge, the hat-trick hero, exits to an ovation.
Yeah, what a great night for Sam Surridge here. Started off with peeling off the back shoulder, Glesnes on the restart. Then he reacts to a rebound from the goalkeeper, and this one is just a different class here. Great ball in by Lovitz, and makes no mistake about it.
And an applause from everyone in the ground. I will say, though, if Philadelphia pull off the comeback here, as unlikely as it is, extra time could be a bit long without Mukhtar and Surridge on the pitch, but AJ Callahan hoping that it doesn't get that far. It's the teenager Matthew Corcoran who comes in for him, went on loan to Rhode Island, but has been recalled, with Nashville needing numbers to finish out this season. Owatu Makanya. Just an idea in towards that area. Jeremy Raffanello has come on. Sullivan lifting into that back post. He's put in some good crosses, but no one there to meet it. Schaffelberg being patient, waiting to turn on the jets and get running beyond Danley, but losing out in possession. Glesnes, as we're into a minimum of 5 minutes at the end of this second half. Nashville right now, Open Cup final bound. Glesnes. Nice turn there from Lukic. Quinn Sullivan lifting a good ball in, header away from Mayer. Slid back, you can appreciate the idea. Wagner playing there with Makanya. Here's Lukic. Now Mikel Ua. And the offside flag has come up against the Dane. More time off the clock as the cramping commences.